This is Ireland taking on Poland, one of Frankie's best wins. He beat, what is it? Let me see. He wasn't expected to win. Yeah, here we go. Two boys really surprised and delighted the home fans. Welter Frankie Young, Belfast Dominic Savio, an unexpected but merited winner over European Championships 1965 contender Leszek Kluka. There you go. It's a great win. And there's it there, look. He dropped Luka in the first round with a beautiful short right to the jaw. And he went on to give a superlative display and a unanimous decision which few could have anticipated. There you go. There's a couple of professional photos of him there. Posing as a professional. Oh, here's a lovely photo here. We can get this in here. Jim McCourt, Donny McAlinden, that's Frankie there. Jim McCauley, Paddy Maguire. I'm not sure who these two are. I think it's maybe Harry McGovick's brother. Yeah. There you go. Look at that. Cracking photo. There we go. Frankie Young fights in South Africa. Here's the boys all getting ready for Kingston, Jamaica. There's Frankie there. Jim McCauley. Jim McCourt, Donny McAlinden. They've done well. Frankie got a bronze. Donny McAlinden got a bronze. And Jim McCourt got the gold and Paddy Maguire got the silver. Top class show by Young. Move that a wee bit there. Young now fights in Italy. Give Young crack at Ray. And that's, they're looking for to make an Irish title fight. And that's Frankie's manager, Bobby Mead. Here's another photo of them. What do I get this? Better. There's the boys going to Jamaica. There's Frankie there, Jim McCourt, Donny McAlinden, Paddy Maguire. Legends all. There's Barney Burns gets a mention. Small Heath, Birmingham. Won the middleweight crown in double quick time with a terrific left hook to the body which eliminated stocky Oma fighter John McLaughlin, who was counted out. Late sub Gabriel beats Chris McCauley. This is Frankie's brother Gabriel, who boxed under young Gabriel. And that's my dad's second cousin, Chris McCauley. That's Frankie getting disqualified for a low blow against Frank Sampi. Sampi needed medical attention before being taken out of the ring on a stretcher. Young disqualified at the stadium. Yeah. If you live in the Falls Road in Belfast, you need to be a fighter. And if you've got 10 brothers and 2 sisters, you need to be an extra good fighter. the young boys are. Between them they have won every honour Irish amateur boxing has to offer, from Down and Connor juvenile titles to national senior championships and international vests. For a while in the early 60s it looked as though Gabriel would add a professional title to the list. Boxing as young Gabriel, he almost made the national ratings when he suddenly seemed to lose interest and disappear from the fistic scene. About the same time Frank was learning his trade in 150 amateur bouts all over the world. His passport reads like an index in an atlas. He's boxed in Poland, Germany, Canada, Jamaica, Italy, South Africa, Holland and even Yugoslavia. He won the IABA welterweight title in 66 and 68 and only a dubious disqualification against Frank Sampi in 67 spoiled his hat-trick. The highlight of his amateur career came in March 1968, I agree with this, in the Ireland vs Russia match in Dublin when he forced the crack Olympian Folov. Right, that's his surname, Folov. Nobody gave him much of a chance, but Frank nicked a 2-1 verdict and he believed a place in the Irish team for the Mexico Olympics. But with the usual eccentricity, the selectors decided otherwise. That still rankles for Frankie. What more did they want? I won 9 out of 12 international matches between Folov and got a bronze in the 1966 Commonwealth Games. It's finished me with amateur boxing. Fighting Frankie wants title crack. That's an All-Ireland welterweight title fight he wants against Gus Farrell. Frank invaded Down Under. Former ABA champion Alan Tulho tasted defeat for the first time as a professional when clearly outpointed over 8 rounds by Frank Young, Belfast, in the main event at the Anglo-American Sporting Club show at the Hotel Piccadilly. There you go, Sports Star of the Week, Frankie Young. Frank Young, one of Ireland's 2 winners against Russia, who thrilled the capacity crowd at the stadium with a powerful spirited display against Yevgeny Folov. His victory must have put him in favour for an Olympic Games ticket. So sad he didn't go to the Games in Mexico. There he's there with Prince Philip. There you go, look. It's Frankie there with Prince Philip. Frankie Young, married last Saturday, cut short his honeymoon to get back into training for tomorrow night's international amateur boxing test in Dublin between Ireland and Russia. Nice photo of him there, look. It's 1971. This place here was going mad with the Troubles. Very bad year. Belfast welterweight Frank Young jabbed his way to a stormy 8-round points victory over Swindon's former West of England champion Ricky Porter at the Anglo-American Sporting Club Manchester last night. Just getting back to what I was saying earlier about Frankie getting in sparring like Conor Carmichael. Frankie would have been in his late 40s, early 50s maybe. You know, it's very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. I remember in 1982 my dad brought me down to the St John Bosco for a spar, but there was nobody there to spar. So the coach, Paul Carson, who was a good fighter in his day, who's featured in this book quite a lot, incidentally. Paul Carson says, I'll spar you. And he was that keen that he drove to the New Lodge where he lived to get his gum shield, drove back. And I was 16 at the time. I gave him a vicious beating. His face was covered in blood. And he hadn't boxed in many years, probably would have been in his early 30s then. But it's just a bad idea. Once you finish boxing, you shouldn't really go back. But fair play to Frankie. Fair play. Conal says he was giving him all he wanted when Conal was 16. When he was a world-class amateur.